How's it going, everybody? So today I decided I wanted to make two different mallets. I want to make a jointer's mallet and I want to make a round carving mallet. So what I decided to do was lay out all of my scrap material. As with everything, I don't want to go out and just buy a bunch of material because I have enough here to make what it is I'm looking for. I have this material here. I'm pretty sure it's mahogany. This came out of an old shelf. I have a bunch of what I think is maple. It looks like oak, but it works like maple, so I don't really know. I'm going to call it maple. I think this came off of an old table, but I actually got this Purple Heart as a gift, and this has been in 4 or 5 different projects now, and this is all I have left. So I decided I'm going to cut this part into a handle, and then I'm going to use the rest of this to glue together between 2 more of these pieces of maple.
There's 2 kinds of mallets that I want to make today. The first one is a jointer's mallet. It's really good for chopping out mortises and working with tenons. Up until recently, what I've been using is what I call a pallet mallet. I have a video of how to make those, so I've been using the pallet mallets for the last couple of years. Those are the easiest kinds of mallets to make, but they don't work as well as a heavy mallet. And I've made mallets like this in the past, but I've since broken them. The second mallet I want to make is a carving mallet. It's really good for curved surfaces. If you ever actually want to do any round carving, or you really want to be very precise about the kind of cut that you want to make, a lot of times you can switch to these rounding mallets.
Alright, with this piece, I have these metal pins that are still from that table that I'm going to have to avoid. I also want to see if I can avoid as many of these screw holes as possible. So I think I have enough wood to get a piece out of here and out of here. I'm going to have 1 screw hole that I'm just going to ignore. I think 1 screw hole is fine for this kind of a mallet. So these are going to be sitting, well, need to get that paint off of there, but that is going to be like that. This is actually going to be like that. There we go. And this was going to be the reverse of it, so we're going to end up trimming this down to size. Alright, so I might go for a little bit of a design change here. I actually ended up with just enough as maple that I can go either way. So I can either go... either go like this, where I have the maple on the inside and then this mahogany on the outside, and it looks really pretty like that. Then whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to reverse it on the head of the mallet. The thing is I think that this mahogany, I'm not entirely sure it's mahogany. It cuts so easy on the table saw, I'm thinking it's a softer wood. But I know this maple is going to be nice and solid. So I think what I might do is I might put the maple on the inside here, and then do something like this on the handle. And that will look just as nice. It'll be more solid. I think the mallet will last longer if I do that instead. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you like better? So now that I got these glued up, I need to clean them up a little bit. I drew some reference lines on here that I need to match to, because what I want to do, this piece is already wider than it is thick, so I want to square it off before I chuck it up to the lathe so I can remove as much of this material as I can. The problem is none of this glued up square, so what I did is I drew a center line down my handle and followed that line down the center of this so that I have these reference lines. So I want to hit one side with the plane, then I can cut the other side with the table saw and use that as my new reference to cut the right side with the table saw. So I'm just going to go ahead and plane these down real quick. There we go. I would say that's probably flat enough to use it as a reference now. That sort of worked.